Hatsune Miku movie. A colorful stage. A Miku who can't sing. Now, I don't know if this is gonna be a thing on the channel where I just talk about movies, but that movie, peak. I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking peak, bro. And not even just the movie itself, it was the theater experience. Cause I did not know I had those many Miku fans in my fucking area. If I could get like a Miku percentage for the entirety of my like area, that'd be fucking sick. Cause like that wasn't, the entire theater was packed practically with just fans of Hatsune Miku. That shit was peak. Me myself, I went with a peak fan. We had like a group of 4. Went in. I was invited. At first, I was like kind of hesitant. I don't know, it's Hatsune Miku. I'm starting to get into Miku. I'm not necessarily like peak Miku fan yet, but I was getting into it. And at first, I was just in there for the music. Cause I'm not gonna lie, her first shit. I'm just gonna play you a little snippet. Here's this. And then there's that. And then there's that. And then that. Those 4 right there, mwah, fucking beautiful. But there's so much more for, it's just, bro. I don't even want, there's a video by the end of the year, I hope comes out by the end of the year, where I just speak about Hatsune Miku and her music. But that's the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, we just learning about this.
I said end of the year. Anyways, Miku movie. So, I'm not gonna spoil the movie, because I want you to watch this yourself. Like, the movie itself, minus the Vocaloid, minus Miku herself, it's an emotional story that is so fucking, it reached my heart. I'm not gonna lie, I went in there and I was like, alright, whatever, it's gonna be a movie about like finding friendship and whatnot, and then just like, you know, Hatsune Miku, right? But it was so much more than that. I cried. The fact that I could say I cried to a Hatsune Miku movie is insane. That's insane to me. Like, what? I didn't even cry, like, I don't know what the last movie I cried in at fucking theaters. Like, no, I lied about that. I cried at the Minecraft movie. I didn't cry out of like sadness. I cried out of like pure joy and happiness. But that's a different thing. Sadness? I don't know. The last time I cried during a movie from sadness, I'll say, I think Infinity War, when fucking Spider-Man died. Spoilers. Sorry. But when Spider-Man died, I think that was the last time I cried at a movie theater. And that was like, sorry, I don't feel so good. That's why I cried. Like, that shit, I imagine myself as a parent. Like, wow, that's fucking horrifying, by the way. Anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Miku. Sorry if I'm talking speed. Oh my god, talking speed? Jesus Christ. Sorry if I'm talking fast and mixing up my words and making it unnoticeable. I'm not good at talking in front of a camera, but here we are. Look, what I will say. Emotional-wise, that shows me. At the beginning, it was kind of slow, and it was kind of like, I don't know what's going on. There's so many characters, but what I did learn after the movie is that there's a mobile game called Project Sakai, and in the mobile game, there's groups in that mobile game that are in the movie. So you'd have to like play through the mobile game story, or at least know a bit of the mobile game story to understand what's going on in the movie. But even then, I went into the movie not knowing shit, and I still got the plot of the movie and understood at like halfway through. But there's so many characters. One, there's obviously the fucking Vocaloids, which each character, there's like no sub voice actor. Hatsune Miku is played by Hatsune Miku. Luca is played by Luca, bro. and Kaito is played by Kaito, and then fucking the Kakamine twins are played by the Kakamine twins. That's sick to me. They didn't like sub out or anything. They just like threw them in there, like full fucking vocal and everything, dude. And that's sick to me. I found that so cool. Movie was subbed. I don't know if there ever be a dubbed. I don't know. I really don't care for that. Honestly, that's like a one movie, one watch experience. That shit was peak though. That shit was so peak. I'm just yapping for who knows how long. I'm just gonna yap about the movie. At this point, we're like at what? 4 minutes and shut up. It don't matter. Look, during the movie experience, I was sitting in that theater and I was contemplating, wow, I'm really sitting in the theater watching Hatsune Miku. But after that, whole movie, right, was peak. I cried during fuck, what was it? When the Miku couldn't sing. From here on out, I'm gonna spoil, sadly. Actually, no, not right now. I'm gonna finish my initial thoughts and then I'm gonna go into spoiler territory. I'll put like a big flashy warning sign that says spoilers when I start getting into spoiler territory. All right. Okay, we're gonna put that up, but not yet. So slow your horses. Hatsune Miku, right? I cried. I will not lie. I did cry. Simply due to the fact that like that shit was so. It touched on so many heartstrings for me, at least. Simply due to the fact of like it touched on depression, which is insane to me. That's insane to me. It touched on depression. It touched on like loss of friendship and like loss in general. It was, I don't know, just issues from day-to-day life and shit like that. I don't know, being like fear and shit like that of not making it or not. Like it touched on like so many subjects that like, I don't know, hit really close to home for me. And when I was, when it was walking out, we're not even walking out, like after once the credits started rolling, because that's when like I'll start talking about that. Credits start rolling. I like that shit hit me, dude. And at the beginning of the movie, I'll say this: it was like stay after the movie for an after show. We're about to talk about that a little bit, but I cried, bro. Like that shit was so peak. And someone else in my group was like, "Yo, I cried." I'm like, "Yeah, I cried too." The other two didn't really cry. One of them was on the verge of crying, but didn't fucking shed tears. So I was like, all right, that is what it is. But I genuinely cried at the Miku movie, and I'm. This is what it is, bro. Like I'm not scared to say I cried at the Miku movie. It is what the Miku movie, bro. Like that shit. Damn, bro. Damn. Okay, but anyways, credits, post credits. Said after show, or stay after for an after show. And I thought the after show was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna talk about the Miku movie and how the process was made and how the movie was made itself and whatnot. Animation process, because the movie was beautiful. I will talk about that. The movie was beautiful. That shit seemed as if it was like that was like peak quality. They went all in for Hatsune Miku, dude. Like peak quality, bro. That was like beautiful. There were cinematic shots that were just like mwah, that wallpaper worthy, bro. But about that after credit, I was like, whatever, we'll just I'll sit down. It might be like a little teaser, a little spoiler, like, ooh, we're gonna get a new movie, or ooh, something else. How do I say this? Hatsune Miku opened some theater curtains and was like, you guys ready? I was like, okay, ready for what? A concert happened. There was a whole ass fucking concert. A whole concert. And she hyped us up for it. She's like, ready? I'm like, yeah. People in the theater started yelling and shit. They were like, yeah, love you, Miku. Yeah. I was like, what the? My friend next to me was like, I love Miku. And then the person behind him was like, I love you, Miku, more. Or I love you more, Miku. And it was just like, what the fuck, dude? It was insane. It was so good, bro. The fan base, just from like that little crowd out there, if that was like the test portion of the fan base, I love the fan base. Y'all are sick as fuck. If that was the fucking test portion, I'm not gonna lie. That shit was sick as fuck. Because everybody there was hyped. There was no negativity. Everybody was positive about Hatsune Miku and whatnot. Like, even positive about each other. Like, at the end of the movie, when we were all out, my friend was wearing, like, oh my god. My friend was wearing some sort of, like, what's his name? Her name. Katsune, not Katsune. Kasane Teto. I know it's Teto. Mesmerizer. Cosplay-ish fit. And someone popped up and was like, hey, is that Teto from Mesmerizer? And then my friend was like, yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool. Good job. Or some shit. And I was like, what? They just walked up and was like, hey, that's cool. I don't know, dude. That shit was sick to me, dude. Just like the whole fan base in general. Everybody was like so sick about it. But people... About the fucking concert. I saw one person whip out a light up stick. I don't know where the fuck I get my hands on one of these, but I want to get my hands on one of these. Picture, no, here. There's a picture here of what I was talking about, right there. A fucking light up stick, and they lifted that shit up in the air and started waving that shit, and that summoned another one. And this one was like special or some shit. It was like a glowing ball of like fucking, you know, it was, I don't know what the fuck, but she was just glowing. The theater was glowing. The motherfuckers started waving shit around. The theater was going. Everybody was hyped for the fucking performance. During the performance, everybody was quiet. Cause it's like respect, because they respected the performance or whatnot, the concert. But afterwards, everybody started cheering. It was fucking cinema, dude. Actually sick. And after we left the theater, bro, I started walking. I was like, yo, peak cinema, actual peak. They handed everybody a fucking poster. Everybody like a miniature poster, a Miku who can't sing. They just handed everybody one of those. And I was like, that shit going on the frame. That shit going on the wall. I don't know where on the wall, but that shit going right here. Put that bitch right here. Ignore that. It's going there at some point. I don't know when, but it will. What else was I gonna talk about? There's anything else I was gonna talk about? But I don't know. I'm just yapping. I needed to get this off my chest. I needed to talk to somebody about this damn movie. Fucking amazing movie. I mean it. Go watch it. Even if you're not in it for the Vocaloid, it's a great emotional journey. I hope you watch it at some point. And there was like only one showing at our theater, so it was like, damn, we had to watch it at that specific time, and if not, like, you know, you missed out. But shit was full. Everybody was in there, and that's what was sick. Fuck, dude. I don't even know what to say. You got anything to say? Okay. Don't say anything weird. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say, honestly. Like, that shit was Piku. Is that corny? I don't know if that was corny. I apologize if that was corny. Spoilers? I don't know if I want to get spoilers. No, I'm not even gonna get into spoilers. I want you to watch that shit and then come back to this. Comment down below your fucking thoughts on the movie once you're done watching it, because I want you to watch that shit and then report back to me and be like, I watched it, here are my thoughts, I liked it this way, this part, I didn't like this part. Do whatever you want. I don't care. If you don't like it, you didn't like it. Honestly, for me, that was an emotional journey. I fucked with it. Hatsune Miku. I fucked with you. But it wasn't even just like Hatsune Miku as well. I keep saying her, but there was so many more characters and so much more going on. And each character had his own like emotional value, and there was like a character that had like something going on, but I'm assuming I need to know about it from the games for me to know what was going on with the character. But they were like, I don't know, it was something was up that character. And I feel like I gotta play the game now to like understand what was going on in the movie, but at the same time it's like I kind of just want to play the game because it's a rhythm game and I'm trying to get into those and like, you know, up my hand-eye coordination, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm just yapping at this point. Fuck. Is there anything I gotta say? Hatsune Miku, wanna collab? I'm kidding. Oh, bro, I should have came into this video with like a script with like some points or some shit. I did not come into this. Shit. I don't know. Oh yeah, there was. Okay, this has nothing to do with the movie, but afterwards we went to the arcade and we went to like go to some like art fucking see if there was any like Hatsune Miku shit, like literally anything at all for like promotional activities and whatnot. But There's nothing. I mean, it was, but we saw a full blown Hatsune Miku cosplayer, wig and everything, full blown, just like walking around. And then there was a Teto as well, just like next to her, and they were just like fucking vibing. And I was like, okay, that's peak. Hey, you do you. Good shit. She was so cool though. I was like, what the fuck? I want to have the balls to cosplay outside. That shit scares me. So having someone be like, oh, that's a cool cosplay. Oh, you have to fucking socialize? Yeah, fuck that. But no, bro, that was Piku. That was Piku. Catch me next time on a movie. Oh my god. Ugh. Catch me next time on a movie review. I might watch Sinners, so we might talk about that. I don't know. How long is it? Damn, I've been yapping for fucking 15. Yikes. Catch you on the next one. It's me, Munky. How do I finish this off in a certain way? Okay, I'm gonna finish it off like I finished between. Oh my god, that like I'm gonna finish it off like I finish my streams. It's me, Munky. I'll catch you on the next one. Sayonara. Peace. Banana split.